Well, the reasoning behind it is very obvious, but the person's not very obvious. So I'm just going to go with that. All right. So we're going to do Would You Rathers.
Yep.
Nate said we want to talk about Tim Rosaforte to start off with, and then our goal for the year.
Man, that Rosenfort thing, I didn't even know he was sick.
I don't think I knew
either.
I was not ready for that.
I just thought he retired last year.
I feel like I just saw him on TV. I know I didn't, but
yeah, I was thinking the same thing earlier today when I saw that. So it's kind of weird.
Yeah. Alzheimer's, man. Stuff sucks. It's
what we're dealing with at my house. That's why
he was really young to have
a wake up call.
Yeah, my granddad was exactly that age when he got it. He was 60. They last like 6-7 years, and that's it.
Yep.
And then they're gone. But
it's crazy.
That's completely depressing. But anyway, episode 123, Nate. Got your little plug in.
Oh, this is the first time I do the intro with the plug in.
Is the wife home?
What's up, baby?
I can't wait. I can't wait
chance.
for y'all to see. I can't wait for y'all to see the toys that I got today.
Nate's already seen the toys I'm bringing to the party.
He just brought them by. Just pull it up.
Really?
I pulled up yesterday with Macy had dance. So I was like, I've got to show Nate these because I'd just gotten them re-gripped. And the guy really was mad at me for making him re-grip them because they had grips on them from like 1979. And
they're like baked on.
Yeah, he said he had to scrape them off. And I told him when I dropped them off, I was like, look, just scrape as much of it off and just stick the new grip over the top of it. Don't worry about it. We're doing this for something else. It's going to be
interesting because it is a butter knife face with a really nice soft grip. It is going to eat up some of that reverberation, when we hit one thin. So anyway, all right.
Although 123, Nate can promise you the 3-iron head. The 3-iron head is probably smaller than most putter heads.
Yeah, love it. I can't wait. Wait till y'all see this 1-iron.
He'll give you the ambidextrous 1-iron.
Before we get started, did you see the 0-iron that made its way around the internet last weekend before the tournament?
There was ambidextrous where you could just hit it from either side.
You can hit it from right or left hand. It had a club face on both sides of it.
So 0 degrees loft.
No, they just call it a 0-iron. It had to but when they took an overhead shot. Yeah, there's a loft on it. When they took the overhead shot, I was like, okay, so it's not 0 degrees.
You can flop one up there tight if you just open it up.
Use a bounce. Right. Open it up, use a bounce. All right, you ready?
Yeah, man.
All right, Nate. It's time for episode 123. Smack it.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever and wherever you are listening, welcome to episode 123 of the Dadbod Golf Pod.
That's literally the most excited that Kyle's ever been. Did you watch him?
Proudly a member of the Believe Podcast Network, a podcast network for professionals and dip spitters alike.
Yes.
I'm your host, Nate Pash. Joining me today, tonight, afternoon, evening, morning, whatever you're listening.
We don't hide it. Yeah.
Kyle Rush and Ben Taylor, the boys are back in town for yet another Would You Rather Wednesday. Episode 123 has begun. Boys, the microphones are hot. What's up?
What's up, man?
I'm drowning.
There's not many things that get me more jacked than that intro right there. The energy, the electricity that starts flowing is just, it's almost too much to bear.
Before we get into this episode, I rewatched our episodes on YouTube.
I'm glad you said it. I was like, is there movement below?
I watch our episodes on YouTube while I'm doing stuff on the computer, and Tay, my boss, can hear it in the other office. So I was rewatching the alternate reality job episode, which I've watched like 9 times.
Best episode ever.
And it was saying that it was the part where I was talking about there's no time where Bryson's anything but a NASA astronaut. Well, he thought I said ball sack. So he's like, did you just say Bryson's a ball sack? I just hear that from the office. Like 10 seconds later, like he was thinking about it. Like, did he really say ball sack?
Yeah. Yeah, you should have heard that one. Taylor's great.
We call him that quite a bit.
Yeah.
And especially Kyle, because he's real upset with him. He broke up with him last year.
He looks like one.
He does.
Anyway. All right.
All
Well,
right.
tonight's episode,
We
the
have
best
started
episode-
out on fire
the best
already.
episode, the best episode every week, along with all the other ones, but especially this one is brought to you by Betonline.ag. Guys, this is the number one betting website in the history of the universe. It's a
Wow.
fact. That is a fact.
Yes.
It is science. You can look it up. It's in the history books. Betonline.ag. They got a brand new mobile and desktop website. Log on today. You get a first time deposit bonus, a 50% bonus. Use coupon code BLEAV, BLEAV. That's it. You give them $100. They're going to give you 50 back to play with. College football is over. You got NFL playoffs right around the corner. Tons of basketball, college, pro, whatever. And then they got the online casino that you can just go
Hog wild. And listen,
Go
there's some folks in
hog wild,
Alabama
dude.
that got some money to make up.
Yes. Yes. So be sure, check them out. Love them.
Wow.
Bet online where the game starts.
It starts right there.
Starts right there. Starting
All
off, go ahead, Nate. I just want to get this over with pretty quick because it's very, very sad.
We do want to, take a little bit of a serious turn. We do want to dedicate tonight's Would You Rather Wednesday episode to Tim Rosaforte, who
Yes.
passed away today from Alzheimer's at 66 years old. If you have ever watched a golf tournament or Golf Channel, he was a fixture, and all of the stuff coming out from all the people in the game about him, what made him so great was that he was so trustworthy, and he always nailed the story.
Yep.
And made the guys want to talk to him about stuff. So
He was like the
Tim.
Woj. He was like the Woj for golf.
He was the Woj, but he was my favorite because they brought him on to get fashion advice because the guy dressed to the nines at all times. And so they always brought him on for fashion advice. And I always was like, man, that dude makes that stuff look good because there's no way I could pull it off.
So sharp.
Always.
So classy, clean.
And we were talking before. He was 66 when he passed, and he died from Alzheimer's, which is something that's progressive. It takes a while. And like, we just don't remember, It seems like the last time we saw him was not very long ago. But he would have had to have been out for quite a while for that disease to progress to where it is. Sad stuff. Tim Rosaforte was a boss. And he's just one of those synonymous things. Like when you grow up watching golf, he's just one of the synonymous faces that you associate with,
especially the
golf
last 20
media.
years or so with Golf Channel and his contributions to different magazines like Golf Digest and that kind of thing, man. You see these stories and then you just see the name Tim Rosaforte and you're like, oh, okay. So I'll read that. So,
when there was a major championship and they'd go till like 11 o'clock at night, like live from the Masters, from the British Open. And he was on till 11 o'clock. I mean, when I was a kid, my dad let me stay up late and we'd watch, and it was awesome. He was, he'll reign a fixture forever.
Absolutely. A lot of prayers, thoughts to his
family,
members of his family.
Yes.
Timmy, man, thank you for all your hard work. We really appreciate it, man.
And from and not just his family, but his work family, the Golf Channel people that I follow on Twitter, the stuff that they brought out today and some of the stories and stuff. I mean, they might as well, Nate just said it, as much time as he spent up there. I mean, he was just as much family to those guys that were that he worked with, guys and girls, as he was to his regular family too. So terrible disease, man. That disease sucks. Kyle's been affected by it. I'm going through it right now. So thoughts to his family, and hopefully he's in a better place.
This one's for you, Tim. This Would You Rather is for you.
Absolutely. We're going to bring it.
All right. Scenario numero uno.
Yes.
As per usual, it's really not a Would You Rather. No one's really noticed, but I'm just going to go and call myself out on that. This is the research-based question. I gave the guys one PGA Tour pro within the top 150 in the world golf rankings. Unfortunately, Smiley Kaufman is not eligible. 150 in the world golf rankings.
He couldn't say it without laughing. He's not eligible.
Number one world golf ranking. Excuse me, top 150 world golf ranking. Pick one guy, one non-major, and the players. The players is not eligible. So the four majors and the players are not eligible. Pick a guy, pick a tournament. Kyle, lead us off.
Absolutely. So I told you guys, I kind of teased it a little bit. honestly, I don't care what tournament he wins. I don't care what tournament he wins, but I do care. I do care about his survival. I care about his health. I care about his future. And I am really rooting for number 116 in the world, Lucas Glover, to win something this year.
Old mashed potatoes.
We need.
Wow.
He played in the Century. He played in the Century. He won last year. Lucas, buddy, I feel you, man. I'm pulling for you. I'm gonna say the next one.
So you're rooting for his marriage.
I'm rooting for his life. I'm rooting for his life. Yeah. I'm going to say, give me Lucas Glover winning the Farmers. Let's go.
Wow.
Is next one the Farmers? No,
it's a couple.
Sony starts tomorrow.
Sony's next, but I don't even know if he's playing in the Sony. He may, but
yeah, let's get him Continental US.
Yeah, we're going to go. That's the first real big one back in the States. Let's go Lucas Glover winning the Farmers because we all know why.
Wow, you went deep. Like when he said 150, you went over 100. I mean, I was looking at some guys that I didn't even know were in the top 50, but I was going to pick one of them.
Yeah, like I wanted to go with Harry Higgs, but I went with Lucas Glover because Lord knows he needs it. Lord knows he needs it. So,
amen.
Lucas Glover, best of luck this year, sir.
Bring it back. I'm going to go next because Ben's been taking my research-based question lately, and I have a feeling he may take this one, so I'm going to go ahead.
There's no chance. I got a weird one.
Okay, good. I double-checked because I wasn't really sure about his world golf rank, so I did double-check. 85th in the world. I want this guy to win the Waste Management Phoenix Open. Because it's like in the top 3 tournaments that aren't a major or the Players, as far as notoriety. He's been successful there. Ricky Fowler back on the map at the Phoenix Waste Management Open. 16, he's got like a 2-shot lead. He makes a birdie to seal it up. They go nuts.
That would be
Give me Ricky Fowler to win. And I think he's actually been really successful there. Like he's had like a top 5 almost every time he plays. He's won it. I don't know. He like lost really horribly and then won the next year. Anyway,
BDR.
My man Ricky.
BDR.
Comes back. Maybe it leads to something else. He wins early in the year. Maybe it leads to other tournaments that I'm not allowed to choose because I am sticking within the rules, trying to set a good example for Benjamin Taylor.
It would lead to a Century appearance if he does get it, though. Ben's told
I'm
us
talking
that.
bigger than that, but I already disqualified those tournaments. So,
no, don't do that.
She didn't like the Ricky pick.
Nope, she did not.
Ricky, let's get back on the board, buddy. We're going for it. Let's do it. Ricky Fowler. He's actually world number 90. You're reading the right column.
Yeah, I'm not real sure which number you're reading.
I just Googled Ricky Fowler world golf ranking and it said 85. So
this week he's 90, but it's okay.
They're doing it by week. That's all right. He actually is lower than you thought he was. So
and if he was 151, I was going to say top 151. And I was going to make the rules where my guy could get in.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Ben, who you got?
I, for some reason, just went with somebody that I like watching play, and I love watching his interviews because he's always got his hat down low. And it's funny that tonight that Nate threw a plug in before he decided to come on board and be a part of the pod. And it is Sam Burns, the Louisiana native.
Winning. I was really hoping it was Bazoodenpoot.
No,
I thought about it.
I thought about
him for the Waste Management.
I thought about Migliozzi. That was my other one that I wanted to go with. And I was like, no, I'm going to pull for a guy that I actually hope wins. He's outside the top 10 right now. He's number 11. But I got him winning the Arnold Palmer Invitational.
Oh, that's so fresh. So clean.
Oh, Sam Burns. Did he shave his mustache?
Yeah, he
did.
He had for a wedding or something.
And he's also, it's funny because when you Google him and his pictures show up, I'm surprised he can have a mustache because he's got like that beard thing that just covers down here and there's nothing up here on the upper lip. But then all of a sudden he showed up with the big mustache and I was like, oh, well, he can grow that lip here. But that's who I'm Louisiana, Shreveport, Louisiana native. Yes.
Clean shaven. He's clean shaven for the he was clean shaven for this Century.
I want him by the Arnold Palmer Invitational to bring back the stash and win it, making that putt on 18 on the water. I think that's awesome.
I need to see a picture of him. I need to go back and see a picture of him with his mustache. I can't now. Like I'm looking, it's like way back. It's been shaven for a while.
Yeah, he's got
it was like his head's perfect for a good Callaway flat bill.
Yes,
yeah, it is.
That's
it.
He does. He wears a hat very well.
He's got a great flat bill hat. Head for sure.
Who wears hats the worst?
That should be a show.
Lucas
that
Glover?
should be a. That should
It's Kyle's main man, Rory. He's even talked about his head's so dang tiny that he can't even like find hats that fit him.
But he had so much hair that it used to just make the hat flush. You know, he doesn't have as much hair as he used to.
Kevin Na's hats are like 6 feet tall. If you think about it, like they're so tall.
I will say who has the worst hats is I love him, but Matthew Alma's hats look like the hat that you've worn for 20 years. Just it's like stretched forward, like you've washed it and dried it 8 times. He
can't get a deep fitting hat. Like it's all those hats that when you get a hat that's not real deep and it just rides on top. You can't even pull it down. It just sits and does. It's like just sit on.
Like it just
that's what it's like. That's exactly what they're like. They just kind of sit up. There's no friction. It's just sitting up there.
I'm not, the guys like I call them the South African brothers, even though they're not, Ernie and Retief. Like their gourds are so big. If y'all ever notice when they wear their hats, like there's so much space in between their ears and the hat, but they still
gourds.
Like gourds. Gourd head. You never heard of gourd head?
I've heard it.
Tyler Gourd Gooch.
Gourded.
Yeah, the hat thing's a real big thing for golfers. Like Kyle, I gave Kyle a hat, which he needs to give to Nate because Nate will wear it. By the way,
I can't wear it, man.
And he says he can't wear it because he says it doesn't look right on him. But he's yet to like try it on in front of us. I have no idea. We could give him feedback.
I'll go get it. I'll go get it and put it on the next episode. It's just that it's not real deep, so it sits up like that. That's what it looks like.
You look good right now.
We're like your son's hat. We like it. Yeah. If you could get you some blue blockers to go with that, that'd be so sweet.
I need depth on my hat. Like I got to pull it down because I got a big old head, and you got to.
New Jed.
You got to get stuff. You got to get it all in.
Yeah, Chad.
Get it all in. Speaking of getting it all in. Speaking of getting it all in.
Get it in with Swannies.co.
Get it in with Swannies.co. You will. If you shop there, Swannies.co, use coupon code Dadbod. What is the coupon code? Dadbod Golf Pod -25. I think take 25% off literally any order as many times as you want. Their new line is coming out in March. That's and it's going to be hot. So if you've seen anything on the website you want now, you better go get it because it's going to be gone soon. Make room for the new stuff. Outerwear, polos, bottoms, pants, short pants, long pants, all pants. They got them. Swannies.co. Love them. Hit them up where the game starts. Scenario 2.
Scenario number 2.
Scenario numero dos. This one's kind of fun. I just kind of came up with this while I was eating breakfast one morning. Okay. I've had this on the books for a couple of days now.
All right. Love it.
All right.
Wow.
Usually I come up with them within 10 minutes of the show starting, but this one I've been waiting.
Before we start, were you a do your homework early guy or like wait till the last minute?
On the do your homework?
Yeah.
Growing up, were you a do your homework early guy or wait till the
last minute? I was if they're like, no, this is not something that you can do the night before. I'm like, challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted. That's
8-page paper. Let me start about 4:00 the day. It's the day before it's due.
How do you do homework as a homeschool kid?
All of it.
All of it's homework, I guess. You're right. Good point. All right.
In college, though. By the way, I graduated from college. Okay.
You did.
So, you did.
I did.
You're not defined. Go ahead. You're not defined by being only homeschooled.
There's a real quick. There's the joke within the homeschool community. There's a difference between being homeschooled and being a homeschooler.
Gotcha.
Being a homeschooler means you probably have at least 8 siblings. You wear a polo to like play in, like as an 8-year-old. If you're out playing in the yard, like you're probably wearing khakis and a polo.
Yeah.
Being homeschooled just means that you were homeschooled and you can still be normal, make eye contact, stuff like that. So Anyway.
You say so.
My sisters did not wear dresses down to the ankles everywhere. Okay.
Okay.
They did not wear all
Actually, later
denim
on in
all
life,
the
my
time.
sisters wore 2-piece bathing suits.
Ooh.
Oh, wow. Mm.
Yeah.
Picks or didn't
After they graduated high school, you can't be homeschooled and wear a 2-piece. Oh, I missed that. What did you say?
Now you have to catch it on the replay.
Oh, gosh.
You're watching them all.
Crap.
All right.
All right.
Scenario 2. What's up, sis?
Scenario numero doso. Okay. You can have every lie.
Yes.
Not on the tee box, obviously, but every single lie is downhill and every putt is uphill. Or every lie you have is uphill and every putt you have is downhill. Every single lie. I don't care if you're chipping, if you're in the fairway, if you're anywhere from after the tee box.
I'm good.
Downhill, uphill putt, or uphill lie, downhill putt. Benjamin, lead it off.
Uphill lie, downhill putt all day, every day.
What?
Yes. I don't mind. I don't mind being able to just tap it and getting it rolling. I mean, you saw that when we played that first putt I had that was above the hole. Now, granted, the greens were a little furrier that day than most days. I don't mind putting downhill. That's not something that's a big thing to me. And I do not as low as I hit the ball. I do not do well with downhill lies as far as teeing off with an iron or getting in the fairway with an iron. Like that is my nemesis. I can't stand it. So I'll take the uphill lie and the downhill putts just because I feel like I could control it and maybe get myself even if it's downhill putt, I'm hoping I can get closer to the pin with an uphill lie than I definitely could with a downhill lie.
And if you get it past the hole, it's a guaranteed uphill putt.
Yeah. No, downhill putt. Downhill. Get past the hole, guaranteed downhill putt.
No, you'd be going back up the hill. If your first putt's downhill, which I guess in this scenario it's always downhill. So
it's always downhill. Yeah.
Sucks.
You can't get it to the.
Yeah, I'm going with that. But I think that's the biggest thing. If I was somebody that was like a high ball hitter, I think I may change. But man, that's miserable for me having a downhill lie.
Yeah. I think I'm going to take the same thing. I can't hit a downhill. That's the weakest part of my game. But
you can put the ball up in the air, like you can get it up.
But it's not. It's. I still have a little bit. I still have a very shallow. I heard it. I still kind of come in shallow. Like I don't feel like I'm.
Yeah, I got
Nate's super steep. Nate's super steep. So like this is an easy one for him. I'm not incredibly steep. I kind of pick the ball. You saw in the video, like I don't take huge divots a lot. So that really alters me. Like it alters my swing quite a bit. And I got to really get my shoulders lean in and turn with the heel. And whereas the other, I really like an uphill lie because sometimes you just kind of can stick it in the ground. You can just kind of stick it there, drop it, and get a bunch of spin on the ball. And it's a super easy swing. So I think I would take, I think I would definitely take uphill lie, downhill putt, and not even really think about it. Not even really think about it. I think that would be.
We're sorry. We're sorry we disappointed you, Nate. I mean, I'm sorry.
Well, I haven't gone yet.
I know, but you heard us, and it sounded like we disappointed you, both of us.
Well, I try and make them somewhat even. You know, I try and make the decisions even. This decision apparently wasn't very even because I'm definitely going uphill lie and downhill putt as well.
Really?
If I hit off of a downhill lie, it's a stinger. I cannot get it up in the air. So if it's like like on 16 at AUC, if it's a downhill lie with maybe somewhat of a forced carry, yikes. Because
it's gonna go
the
like
distance
this.
may be the same. Yes, it'll go like that, and it'll be a stinger and it'll roll, But I love uphill lies because it's the only time I ever get the ball in the air. It's a launching pad,
It is. Yes.
I love a good launching pad. It goes way up in the air. It's like, wow, this is how normal people hit the golf ball, like up in the air. Downhill lies. Now, and like downhill chips, uphill chip, you just pop that thing into just thunk it. It's going to go up, land, soft roll.
But I will say this: there is no better feeling when you have a good uphill 5-6 footer, and you can just
whack it.
You can just whack that thing.
You'll make way more 5 or 6 footers uphill than you will
No doubt.
downhill. Yeah. But like if
Now-
I've got 12, 15 feet for par up the hill, very aggressive.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I just
and
gave
like-
up. I gave that all away.
What's the severity? That could change things too.
Yeah, and as per usual, let's not overthink it.
Yeah.
But
If it was like, if it was like every putt was like the back, if you're from AUC, this makes a whole lot more
tiered
sense.
greens,
If you're from the back of 9 putting to the front, that's scary.
it's kind of a little
Yeah,
extreme.
no, that's-
it's a little extreme.
That's really strange. And when you talk about downhill lie, are you talking about it's the slope, like Kyle said, you gotta even your shoulders out, or are you talking about basically kind of it could be either that or standing above the ball, like balls below your feet, just because it's down.
It's your feet are on, like you're tilted,
Slanted forward.
Okay.
tilted
Yeah.
down.
I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would still take. Yeah, depending on severity. I still like. I just feel like I can hit it pretty. I feel like I can hit the ball pretty good on an uphill lie. Typically,
I knew that Ben would take uphill lie because we have a very similar shot shape. He picked it for the same reason I did. I did not think Kyle would
I didn't either.
pick that.
Soon
Yeah, I
as you
thought
said that,
Kyle
I
would
didn't think you
go
would.
uphill, but
I would have thought you would have
because
taken.
you can get the
downhill
ball
lie.
in the air.
Yeah, but
I cannot get it in the air downhill lie.
There's been times Nate and I hit where we have an uphill line and we still don't get in the air.
I'm thinking more along the lines.
Still hit a
of,
stinger.
I'm thinking more along the lines of who could handle a downhill lie and to be able to use the uphill putt. And I just feel like Nate's so steep that it may come off lower, but I just don't feel like you have to change much. Like, you know what I mean? Like it may change your ball flight, but you don't have to change your swing much. You can still make good, solid contact and get it going forward in the general direction of the hole. I can't make contact with the ball on a downhill shot. Like
I can make contact. The problem with somebody like me and Nate probably feels the same way. I don't think the contact would be an issue because we're so used to hitting it low anyway, but it's going to come out so low. Like we're going to have to take 2 extra clubs and hope it runs up and gets on the, otherwise we're going to we're not going to hit a green. Like we're just not going to hit it.
Yeah. But if there's any forced carry at all on a downhill lie, I'm
I get it.
Yeah.
I cannot carry it onto the green and land soft. Now, if we're playing like link style where I can just run everything up, I'm in.
Yeah.
My favorite shot in the world lands 10 yards short of the green.
Yes.
And runs up because it's such a thrill. Oh, it's awesome. It's so much fun.
Nate would just dominate over in Europe. I feel like he just win every 2-2 match out there.
I would press to 8-8 too.
It's been 20 years since I played it. Kyle, you said you play down there at Andalusia Country Club every year in that turn. Is it still hard as a rock? You just have to land it 10 feet short of the green and hope you get a good hop.
Sometimes there's a few holes out there you got to land short and let it run up.
Like the way that Nate and I play very similar, and that's the course I grew up on, Nate, Andalusia Country Club, and it was so hard pan, and so it was great because at that time I kept thinking that I hit the ball so far. I didn't. I mean, I'm hitting a 7-iron, 140, 145 yards. But the thing is it's hitting and it's rolling out 165. So,
yeah,
I mean, you're thinking, I'm thinking that but you learn to play it. And then you get to a course like when I got
like elevated greens and stuff with bunkers in front of them.
Oh, yeah.
Like RTJ courses.
Kyle can tell you there's only like 1 or 2 elevated greens on the entire course. And they're really not that hard because it's short. So you can actually swing a wedge into them and you're fine. But so it's, I mean, growing up playing that way, when I finally started playing other courses, I was like, wait a minute, I actually have to hit the ball like an entire 165 yards.
Yeah,
like
fly the whole way.
I don't have that. I don't have a 165-yard carry with my 7-iron.
No.
I was telling Ben this. He brought those clubs by to my office. And I don't know if you've heard this quote, Kyle. Somebody asked Lee Trevino, they're like, how do you make your 7-iron spin backwards? And Lee Trevino's like, well, how far do you hit your 7-iron? The guy was like, about 150. He's like, why the hell do you want it to spin backwards?
Love it. I also can't wait to see. I told y'all I got a 1-iron in the set that I have. We're teasing something. We're teasing some video content. You saw the 1 club challenge. We may be having an old club challenge coming up. So stay tuned for that. That could be a lot of fun. And we have some interesting toys. So
oh my gosh.
I have a 1-iron. Lee Trevino said, you could hold a 1-iron up in the air during a lightning storm. He said even God can't hit a 1-iron.
God can't hit it.
So we're gonna put that to the test. Last thing, Nate. You want to talk about it?
Yeah, and that was really the only would you rather scenario of the night, but it's fine because like I've said before.
It's your show.
Shit.
It's exactly it. It's your show. Yeah,
love it.
This is Kyle's idea. I'm just implementing it as the host.
Yes.
Let's do a golf goal. Wow. Golf goal for 2022. All right, we're only 2 weeks into 2022. A goal for your golf game in 2022. I know what mine would be if I was Kyle. But anyway, so go ahead, Kyle.
What is yours?
Chill Creek.
No, that's not going to be my goal. My goal.
No, I thought you were talking about like goals, like referring to your game, not like
we'll do one more your game. Yeah,
it could be anything. It could be whatever you want it to be. Whatever you want it to be. My goal. Okay, last year I looked at my thing. I played 50 rounds. Okay, so it's pretty good. It's almost once a week. So I want to. So in 50,
you didn't enter some. There's no chance you didn't enter some.
I enter pretty much every time I played. Now there's scrambles and stuff. I played more than that because I played some scrambles and stuff.
Oh
like that.
I didn't think
but
of that. Yeah.
Of the like actually like really going and carding around, I got 50 scores in. So my goal is out of those 50, if I get in 50, I want to shoot under par twice.
Wow, that's a lofty goal.
Under par 2 times. I shot even like 5 or 6 times last year.
4% of the time. You want to be under par 4% of the time you play.
I want to shoot under par. And the reason I'm only going to go 2, I would make it a really lofty goal and go 4. But the reason I'm only going to go 2 is because our course shuts down for 6 months. And so I'm going to have to be playing a whole bunch of different places that I'm not used to playing. So it's going to make it super, super tough. But I want to go under par twice this year for 2022. And and then build from there. So
that's what I'm going. Trail card, bub. Get that trail card.
Get that trail card, bub.
Get that trail card, bub.
Yep. Is that too crazy?
No, I think that, as you said, I know of, you said 4 times. I know 2 or 3 of the 4 that you shot even, and you had an opportunity to shoot under and completely just blew it.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm typically.
So it's doable.
Yeah,
that's a goal. That's way too lofty. That's never going to happen in my world.
All right, cool. Well, I like it. That's what I'm going with. 2 times this year. I want to go under par.
Okay.
And you have not been under par yet so far this year, correct?
No, I don't even have a round logged this year so far.
Mm.
Oh, it's early. Go ahead, Nate.
Oh, I'll go say, okay. My lowest round of all time is 71. So I've broken par once in my life. I've only done it once.
Congratulations.
I want to shoot 69.
Yes.
On a par 72.
Mm-hmm.
The first time 60. My first time my dad did that, it's what he's chased after his whole life. And he actually called me kind of choked up, and I got a little choked up. He shot 68. So we joke around. He still hasn't shot 69.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to go 3 under on a par 72. And like I said, I had to make a birdie on 18 to shoot that 71. So I haven't really scared that. I hadn't even shot 70 yet, but that's this year. I want a good little 3 under par, maybe where the press has gotten out of hand.
Yeah. Those are great.
First team money. That's my goal.
There you go. That's a good one. That's a good one.
You guys are talking about like cutting down on strokes and going under par. The underworld does not exist.
For 260.
The underworld does not exist in the Taylor world. So I can just forget that. Like I legit am that 8-handed. I just don't feel like it's going to get much better. So here's what gets it better, boys. Y'all ready?
Let's go.
I got to cut down on the doubles.
Okay.
It's 4. You can go ahead and put me down for 4 over minimum every time I step on the course, because there's 2 doubles that are coming out every single time. So how
do we quantify this, Ben?
I got to cut it in half. Minimum 1 double per round. That's it.
Whoa.
That's all I can do.
Average
1 double around, because I have had some rounds where, and I'm okay with this, even though I would shoot in the 80s. I just was playing bogey golf. Like I had a double free card. Like I'm okay with that, and because that usually means I'm hitting it well, and I've probably
not scoring, just not.
Yeah, I'm
scoring.
not scoring. Like I've probably flown some greens or I've 3-putted just because I left it 900 feet from the hole or something like that. But the double, that's what really upsets me because I mean, it's knowing that I'm going to step on the course 4 over because I'm pretty much averaging 2 doubles around, a double aside. If I can cut that in half, then I can go from that 81 per round to that,
78,
79 per round, 78, 79. And if I'm doing that, I'm probably hitting it better. So I may run a couple of birdies in here or there. So I'm going to have some mid 70s rounds, maybe.
Yeah.
So I got to cut down on the doubles. So if I cut the doubles in half, if I can go from looking back at because it's funny, you said 50 rounds. I look back at my card because I saved my cards, like all the cards.
I looked at my Gen app. That's how I knew.
And because I don't do the hole by hole on the Gen. So I look back at it and I was just looking at all the doubles. I was like, bro, I have got to cut down on the doubles. If I can.
So you're going to quantify because I'm going to hold you accountable, Ben. We're going to hold each other accountable.
Minimum 1 double per round.
At the end of the year, we're going to go over our goals. So, so if you got to keep a card or you got to have some kind of spreadsheet. If we need to get us a spreadsheet going between the 3 of us.
Yep.
We're going to do it. We're going to keep
now,
up
one
with
thing
it.
that
We're going to
my
work
group
on it.
did this past year, and I lost money because we made a $100 bet between, there were 3 of us, the group that I play a lot with, out at RTJ, and we had a total birdie count.
Yeah.
And basically everybody put $100 in the pot, and who had the most birdies walked away with a pot at the end of it. And so
did you win that?
And but I was shocked at how many birdies I had. Yeah. I mean, because I was sitting there thinking, and it only counts when so that's not even counting. Like if I had, like when I play with Nate and I had a birdie or 2, like that those don't even count. It only counts when you're playing with those guys. So that way you can't cheat the system. Can't say, I played with Nate and Kyle and they can attest. I had a birdie on 1. They're like, nope, don't believe you. Doesn't count. Doesn't matter if Nate and Kyle, doesn't matter if they say that you did, you don't. And so
not that we would ever.
Had to be playing with just those 3 guys, and yes, you would, because you get a share of that 100, man. You get a share of that 300. And so, I that kind of.
We should start that with us.
Yeah, because it made you think about it a little bit, and I think I ended up with the winner ended up with over 50. I was right around 35, 36, something like that.
Nice.
Oh, I came in last with like 35 birdies. I think I had like 48, but the winner was well over 50. Now,
John Rahm made 35 birdies like last weekend, just kind of as a reference point.
I know. Keep in mind, the one guy that ended up winning, there were 2 rounds we played. He had 5 birdies on both of those, like each. So he had 10 birdies in 2 rounds. So when he did that, that was like middle of the year. When he did that, it was like, we were so screwed. Like we're playing catch up here.
That's big time.
There's a couple guys they did this a couple years ago. One of them was 2 guys, and every time they played together, they had to be playing together. It was $20, whoever won that match, but they had a big bet, like $400 or $500 at the end of the year. They kept up the cumulative score at the end of the year for every single time they had played. Yeah. So it might be, 720 strokes to, 710. And then the other group of guys were trying to, whoever birdied every single hole throughout the year. Like if you birdied a hole, and that was pretty fun too. Whoever got there first. Yeah.
That's a good bet.
So they start from like, all right, I really need a birdie on 3 and 7. That's all I got left. 3 and 7.
Bingo.
It's December 31st. I got a birdie 3 and 7 today.
Yeah.
3 stuff. 7 should be able to get 7.
Yeah, I made it up 3 and 9. Good gracious.
Those are both tough. We're
not just talking about that course. Maybe talking about a different course.
That's true. It could be. It could be any course. I like that one. We'll come up with something for us because we possibly might play together this week because we might be shooting some videos. Got another challenge coming up this week. Be on the lookout for it that we shot last week. Going to try to have at least one a week, maybe some other stuff here pretty soon. There was an episode that we did. I'll just go ahead and kind of tease it a little bit. There was an episode that we did. It was a would you rather scenario. Yeah. And Nate asked us to play just like a run of the mill par 5, but you could only take 3 clubs. Mm-hmm. So be on the lookout for that. We did that. Nate almost killed a human. It's hilarious and you'll see it. So
that's why I chose Uphill Lies. Just You'll understand when you see
You'll
it.
understand if you're swiping right on Tinder in front of Nate, you're in the danger zone.
A heck of a way to go out.
It would be. It would be. Hopefully he had a match. Guys, episode
Just
1.
him.
Yes. Dead. Aha, you're dead.
Idiot.
Episode 123. Really appreciate it. Shout out Primo Golf Apparel. Use promo code DADPOD15. Take 15% off your jogger order. Tons of colors. Get them all. Let's go. Be ready for that you can pretty much wear them anytime. You can wear them in the cool weather, warm weather, whatever. Material's awesome. Primo Golf Apparel. We really appreciate it. We'll see y'all Friday, which will be episode 124. Dad by Golf Pod.
Always broken.
Broken.